I'm gonna lay down my burden. Woo! Down by the riverside, yeah. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden. Woo! Down by the riverside. Study won't no more. Okay, now I'm gonna put down my sword and shield. I'm gonna put down my sword and shield. Down by the riverside. Woo! Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield. No more fighting. Down by the riverside. Study won't no more. Nice. Let's hear from Pablo Cardenas at the piano. Okay, everybody say hi to each other, greet each other. Welcome to the space. Okay, here we go. We got many more times. All right, now let's see if we can lay down or put on our long white robes. Here we go. I'm gonna put on my long white robes down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Yeah, for the alto. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside. A study won't no more. Okay, let's lay down our burden. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Study won't no more.
What a way to open another Elevate Wednesday at VTC. Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, Kelby MacNayr on vocals and drums, and the VTC Community Choir in the seats. Oh, fantastic. All right, so before I move on, I would like to ask the big question that's always at the beginning. Is there anyone who's here for the first time on a Wednesday? Yeah. Who are you? Have you been here on a Wednesday? Yeah. Okay, I know you've been here on a Sunday. Yeah. All right, okay, so on a Wednesday, new timers, we have Carson and we have Sharon, who are friends who are brought by Sandy, who is normally a celebrator, but this is her third Elevate. So let's let these folks know how delighted we are that they're here. We love you, we appreciate you, we're so glad you're here. All right, let's give them a hand. Thank you. Not to scare them away, just, hey, you're here. Well played, well played. All right, so we are here for another Elevate at the Victoria Truth Center, where we come together to expand our mind, open our heart, and activate our soul. I'm still hearing some echo in here. And we're doing that because we are basically celebrating, acknowledging, amplifying, remembering that there is only one thing going on. And whether you call it energy, creativity, God, source, spirit, universe, the quantum field, whether you call it love, which is something that we like to talk about a lot here at VTC, it's not as important what you call it, what the label is, what the word is that you use. The thing that is important is to feel it in your body, is to embody that incredible, amazing, divine, energetic flow, that essence, that infinite potentiality, that dynamism that is forever weaving and winding its way in, through, and as everyone and everything. Hallelujah. All right, lady in the pink hair. So it is Sherry, it is Winnie, it is Leslie, it is Juna, it is the band, it is the music, it is the words that are coming out of my mouth, it is the technology that allows us to be connected with people who are tuning in online. Thank you for being with us. It is everyone and everything. It's never not everyone and everything, because if there's only one thing going on, then it means that everyone and everything is that, right? So everyone is energy, everyone is love, everyone is creativity expressing, everyone is that pure essential love that is the very beingness and essence of everyone and everything. And not just a little, and not just sometimes, all of it, all the time. And we are the ones who get to decide how much of that awesomeness we want to experience at any given moment. So we already got a whoop. Can I get an amen? Does someone want to do? Woo! Look at that! All right. So what a way to start off our Wednesday evening, and also let us remind ourselves where we are. Oh, you know what? Down by the Riverside. We already did that. We already came back from there. That we are on the unceded lands of the Lekwungen peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. And if we take a look at a phrase that I pulled off the website, off the Songhees Nation website, it says, "We are the keepers of the spirit of our ancestors and of the generations to come. We have been here since time immemorial, and we will continue to thrive." And the reason that I love this statement so much is because it talks about where we've been, the foundation, the ancestors, what is in front of us or what is behind us. And it talks about the generations to come, what's possible, what can be, the new and the different, the stuff that we have not yet experienced out of the gazillions and infinite potentialities of that quantum field. And so when we take a look at what it is that these peoples have been doing, that they have been here since time immemorial and they shall continue to thrive, does that not sound familiar in terms of themes for maybe like the year? Here to Thrive in 2025, right? So this is what we're doing here. We just had our AGM, our 91st AGM on Sunday. Thank you for those who attended. This is thriving. This is this community building. This is this community evolving and unfolding and just becoming what it wants to be. So what an absolute gift and blessing it is to be here now, to be here on these lands, to live and breathe and work and play and co-create together. Haishka. All right, time for some reflective music, gents.
Just feeling that in the body. Allowing the vibration of that artistry, that beauty, that creativity, that wonder and magic to continue to infuse itself through every single cell, system, and organ of our being, opening us up to further experiencing that awesomeness, that divine energetic flow, that sacred essence that is the very beingness of everyone and everything. What an absolute gift and blessing it is to be right here, right now, on the receiving end of that gift, allowing ourselves to be further activated, allowing our hearts to be further opened, allowing our minds to continue expanding in ways that we can't even imagine. And so with immense gratitude, with so much appreciation that continues to appreciate, I am so, so grateful to be in community, to be in presence of this wonder of spirit expressing itself in, through, and as the Elevate Trio, in, through, and as every single person present, whether in person, online, now, or whenever. So grateful to know that in the quantum field, there is no time or space, there is only now, and there is only possibility. And so as we lean into the possibility of what was just experienced, what an incredible opportunity to take that experience into the next now moment, and the next, and the next, and the next, and tell a vibrant, beautiful, artistic, creative, fantastical story over and over, allowing it to unfold, allowing it to emerge, allowing it to unleash itself out into the world through our experience and as we share with everyone and everything in our orb. So for everything that is already present, for everything that is yet to come, I simply say thank you for it all, knowing that each note, each chord, each turn of phrase, each moment experienced is pure love expressing. So for all of the love that is present, for all of the love that is on its way, thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Please thank the band. Pablo, what was that, please?
Was Duke Ellington. I think it's Prelude to a Kiss.
Oh boy, talk about being moved from the inside out. Wow. All right, so just taking a moment to breathe, to transition from that experience, knowing that it continues to resonate throughout the evening. And moving into a little bit of a share, a little bit of noticing about our theme for the month, which is forgiving, and the affirmation to go with, which is, as I intentionally release resentment, anger, and revenge about the past, I more consciously embody the certainty that love is my true nature. And so for those of you who were here at the AGM on Sunday, that last part, the certainty that love is my true nature, that comes right out of our brand spanking new values compass, which, hey brand steward, check it out. There are a couple of stickers on the back table, unless they're gone already. And so this month is all about leaning into this, about what is it that we are holding on to that maybe we're not even aware of, that is getting in the way for us to relate to others, to relate to ourselves, with the certainty that love is our true nature. Not the experience, not the feelings, not the thoughts we have about the experience and the feelings, but that love is who and what we are, and that love can always guide the way. So this is our second week of forgiving, and I'm curious to know, what is going on for you? What are you feeling? What is being stirred within you regarding this theme, and maybe even regarding some of the words or phrases that are in our affirmation? So who would like to be the first with a short share during our time together? Sherry Hauser. There you are.
What I notice about releasing any resentment, anger, or revenge from the past. I know that I'm doing it right when I feel at peace.
Yep, that's it. I'm going to keep the mic over there because so that someone else can just grab it.
Who's next?
Keely's next. Thank you.
I feel that with like forgiving, I find it just brings you to the present moment so quickly when you allow yourself to really feel forgiveness. Because it's like all this stuff that you were putting, all these layers of how you were seeing everything just kind of clears away, regardless of whatever challenges you're experiencing, and then you get to see all the real beauty around you. It's like when you're sitting in nature and you're really feeling like, oh, there's all these things, and then you just like, you let it go, and then you forgive, and then you get to really, really admire the beauty of all the nature around you.
Thank you, Keely. Peace, presence. All right. Time for one more. Anyone else have anything that they would like to offer?
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
I wasn't here when you had put this forth as a topic, but I often notice for myself in conversation with people when they're sharing stories, it's often about the past. Not always good things, not always bad. And I focus myself on this moment today, right here where we are now. We can't change the past, and we really don't know what the future looks like in this moment. So being present for me is huge. And I take a lot of time and energy to just remember those things and be present and in love all the time.
Amazing. Thank you, Kaleo. All right, you can actually just leave the mic there. And Honey Bunch, if you could turn that mic off, please, that would be great. Thank you. All right, fantastic. So I invite everyone to continue opening up to this theme of forgiving and paying attention to whatever it is that is being stirred in you, thanks to the affirmation. And then we will continue exploring what forgiving and forgiveness and letting go and finding peace and being more present are all about during the rest of the month.
And especially if you come to Lesia's class starting this Saturday, if you haven't already signed up.
There will be a clipboard going around again. But yes, I think we have 14 people now, so it's going to be a powerful, deep 8 weeks of leaning into forgiveness and walking the fourfold path. All right, time for the feature tune.
Oh, nice.
What is it going to be?
Yeah, we got a little bridge.
Well, hello. In reflecting over the week, the idea about forgiveness and what we carry, I've been really enjoying the IKEA bag analogy that Lesia gave to us, where you put things subconsciously sometimes in your IKEA bag and then it gets really uncomfortable. And I was also thinking that sometimes when you're carrying around resentment, via very subtle, it can be almost like a fog that you're under, or an atmosphere. You don't even notice until it shifts. And so that's what brought this song. I hope you enjoy it. You might not recognize the verse, but you'll recognize it when we get into it, I think. E flat major. I was a stranger in the city. Out of town were the people I knew. I had that feeling of self-pity. What to do, what to do, what to do. The outlook was decidedly blue. But as I walked through the lonely streets of town, it turned out to be the luckiest day I've known. A foggy day in London town had me low, and it had me down like that IKEA bag. I view the morning with alarm. The British Museum had lost its charm. How long, I wondered, could this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, for suddenly I saw you there, and through foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere. Pablo Cardenas. Dowse. How long, I wonder, could this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, for suddenly I saw you there, and through foggy London town, and through foggy London town, and through foggy London town, the sun was shining Pablo Cardenas, Peter Dowse.
Kelby MacNayr. The Elevate Trio. Thank you, gentlemen. Can go ahead and take a load off over there.
Over there somewhere.
All right, so we're in the month of forgiving, week 2. And so continuing on with this book, because this is the book that we're going to be using in the class, the book of forgiving, the fourfold path for healing ourselves and our world,
by Bishop Desmond Tutu and his daughter, Reverend Mpo Tutu. So there is a quote in there, and part of it was used for our meditation today, that experts say how important it is to be able to tell a new story and how this ability is a sign of healing and wholeness. Now, what I'm going to say as a New Thought minister, like everybody has this ability, okay? It's just inherent. It is part of our makeup. The thing that is really important is to realize that we have the choice to do so, okay? And then to act on that choice. So as I mentioned before, this past Sunday, we had our 91st annual general meeting. And I got to tell you, the Celebrate Sunday that happened before that was kick-ass. Am I going to say it? I'm going to say it. It was so good, like so good. We had about 40 people here. The music was amazing. Kelby was here. We had some guest musicians, Carl Rusing, who's been here at Elevate before, and Matisse Gabi-Herteg on upright bass, who was always an absolute delight. And just the energy was amazing, the vibe, like it was just so solid. And so we went into the AGM, and some people left, and then some new people came in. And the AGM, because it was business, had a little bit of a different vibe to it. And I got to tell you, leading up to the AGM, and I've talked a little bit about this during Wednesday and Sunday talks over the last few weeks. Liz. Thank you. And just mentioning how the first 4 months of this year have been a bit of a slog. And how even the last 18 months since Sherry and I started, October 1st, 2023, have not been easy. And so over the course of those 18 months, over the course of these last 4 months especially, I have been working constantly on telling a different story. Constantly about how can I reframe, how can I tell this differently so that I can experience it differently. Because like Kaleo offered, we can't change the past, but we can change our relationship to it. We can change the meaning that we give it. And where does that happen? When does that happen? In the present moment, right? And so for me, it was constant. I mean, I had more prayer going on. I was meditating more. I started working with a mentor because there was stuff that I just could not get through because I wanted people to feel as badly as I did. I wanted to show those people who made me feel like crap, this is how you're going to feel too. But in the same moment, it's like, no, that's not what a New Thought minister does, right? So it's a conscious choice from one moment to the next and the next and the next, because those feelings are there, right? You can't shove them down and kind of hope that, out of sight, out of mind when they're nipping at your heels constantly, right? No, you have to attend. You have to tend to them, right? And so that means noticing that they're there, you got to acknowledge them. And then you gotta let them have their day, right? The thing is, you don't want to let them have their day to the point where you are wallowing and hanging out and smoking cigarettes and drinking and lamenting and whatever with them, right? You want to know that these feelings exist, and even in spite of those feelings, in spite of those thoughts, regardless of whatever it is that's going on in our minds, that there is that in us that is so powerful, that is so creative, that is so resilient, that is so pure, that is so whole, that there's no thought, there's no belief, there's no feeling, there's no experience that could ever or will ever diminish any part of that. It cannot break it, it cannot stain it, it cannot mar it in any way, shape, or form. That's how powerful we are, okay? And every single moment, we are at opportunity to lean into and embody that power, that essential love, that divine energetic flow, that infinite potentiality of the quantum field. God, that's what we get to choose from one moment to the next and the next and the next. And so there was something that was coming up for me about, it's time for the truth to come out. It's time for the truth to be known. And I'm like, oh my God, what does that mean? Knowing that I'm not about to go out and like name names and hang people out to dry or like, make people feel the way that I felt sort of thing. It's not about teaching lessons. It's not about having or getting revenge. It is about choosing again and again and again to focus on what I want, to show up as the love that I know that I am, that I know everyone is, including the people who were driving me crazy, including the situations that were so challenging to navigate, because ultimately, what do I want? Peace. And when do I want it? Now, right? So, telling a different story, that's the way to do it. I might feel this way, but how is it that I would prefer to feel? And that's what I had to keep switching my focus and attention to. So I'm also getting ready for Saturday's first class. It's an 8-week class, Forgiveness, the Path to Genuine Compassion and Radical Acceptance. And the main book that we're going to be using is the Desmond Tutu book, but we're also going to refer to Tara Brach's Radical Acceptance because that is such a beautiful, beautiful book. And ultimately, forgiveness is about acceptance. Accepting what happened, accepting that I had a part in it, the other person had a part in it, and accepting that sometimes we're not necessarily the ones that, are being hurt, we're the ones doing the hurting. And that there is forgiveness that is available at any point in that relationship, at any point in that experience for us to embrace. So the fourfold path is about telling the story, naming the hurt, granting forgiveness, and then deciding on whether you're going to renew or release the relationship. And the telling the story part is the thing that I really sort of am marinating in right now. Not just because it's at the beginning of the book, but because I've worked so hard on telling a different story from what my experience was, or the meaning that I was giving my experience. And so it's not the thing that happened that causes us pain, it's the meaning we give the thing that happened that keeps us feeling wounded, stoking the flames of anger, amplifying the waves of pain, and rationalizing the insidious need for revenge. So the title of my talk today is Tell a Different Story, okay? And so this little girl, with the super red tongue somehow, this little girl, I just caught my attention as I was going through all sorts of images, trying to find something that was really going to grab my attention. And I just thought, man, if we had that kind of enthusiasm, if we were filled with that kind of wonder and those like infinite possibilities, like every moment of every day, which we are, but we're not always like leaning into it. But if that's the way that we approached our choices, how much more quickly could we walk that path of forgiveness? How much more quickly could we find the peace that we desire? How much more quickly could we remember the only moment of pure creativity is right here, right now? And that's where we want to put our attention. So this is why this little girl ended up here. Tell a different story. So going back to this weekend, before Sunday, on Saturday, Glenn and I were in our monthly Abundant Good Journey session, and it was all about Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, which is basically about moving out of your comfort zone and into the zone of genius, where, even though it sounds like that might be a super cool place to be, where you're like totally aligned and in the flow, it is actually the place of discomfort, because it's about growth. It's about doing something different and new. And sometimes doing something different and new is uncomfortable. It's disruptive because it's taking you out of your comfort zone. Okay, so that's what my Sunday talk was about. So if you want to know more about that, you can tune into YouTube and check out the Sunday talk. But the reason that I'm talking about it today is because we went into breakout groups during that Saturday session. And when we were filling out our answers on what it is that we were going to be talking about in the breakout group, what came up for me is that over the last 18 months, I have spent so much of my time and energy and creativity on this that I have really neglected my own business and my own brand, to the point where I finished paying for my website 6 months ago, and the website still isn't done because I have not provided the content that I need to provide, because I haven't been inspired. Because even though it's similar work that I do as Lesia Cahoot Soul Excavator, it is not the same as VTC, as being the minister that I am here. And so it means an entirely sort of different creative unleashment, I guess. And so even though I knew that this wasn't the case, what I ended up saying in the group was that I feel like because so much of my time and energy and focus and creativity has gone into VTC, I haven't had enough to put into my own brand, which I know is not true, but that's how it felt. So that's what I said. And I said, I know that's not true, but that has been my experience. And so I need to do something so that I can get out of that story so that I can actually put some time and energy and focus and creativity into my own brand. And so how do I move past, this thermostat setting that I have, where this is where my time and energy go, and yet this is what I also want to focus on. And so it wasn't until today when something really landed for me. I woke up this morning, I did my light therapy, I did my positive intelligence work, I meditated, and then as I got out of bed to go and do something that we're doing in this class that Glenn and I just started on Monday, I looked at my phone and there was a message from Gareth, my trainer, saying, I'm really sorry, but I have to cancel training today. And I got to tell you, I'm like, you know what, that's okay, it's fine. And that all of a sudden, I didn't even have to think about it. It was like, I now have about 3.5 hours of time that I wouldn't have because I would be driving downtown to work out with him and then doing more and then driving back and then getting ready for Elevate. And without even thinking, I finished my morning routine, I went to my computer and I started pouring through the, 50 plus seconds long videos that I had shot at the September 9D journey that we had. 7 months ago, these 50 videos have been sitting there, and I haven't had time to look at them. I went over every single one. And right now, the 9D app has just come out in the last few days, and so they're wanting all the facilitators to submit a form so that we can be featured on there, so that if someone's looking for a 9D facilitator in a certain part of the world, they can just, look up Victoria, BC. Hey, Lesia's got you covered, right? So I got to fill stuff out. I have this whole application that I filled out, but I got to make some videos. And I'm like, oh, that's going to take me so long. But because I had this time today, then there was just this stuff, this copy that was just flowing out of me. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't felt this in so long. This is amazing. And I ended up going through all the videos. I ended up writing the copy for a 2.5-minute video. I sent it to the person that's working with me to help me out with this. And I'm like, check, 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 check. And what I realized was, and I still knew this even when I said it, but it really, really sort of was just like, here it is today in this moment. It wasn't that there isn't enough creativity. There's always enough creativity, okay? Creativity is always flowing. Creativity is another word for God, all right? It is just forever flowing in, through, and as everyone and everything. It is available all the time. But when I have every single second of my schedule accounted for, it can be really challenging for creativity to show up somewhere because everything is so accounted for and blocked off. And today when I had that space, when I had that spaciousness and time, I just felt it. I didn't have to make time for it. I didn't have to look for it. I just felt it and allowed it to flow through, and it was glorious. Oh, so my story changed from I don't have enough time and there isn't enough creativity, which again, I knew, to I got to create more spaciousness in my day because that spaciousness allows for me to connect, allows for me to feel when creativity is flowing through and then capture it in stuff like copy for a 2.5-minute video or being able to pour through 50 plus seconds long little video snippets that were taken, 7 months ago. Balance. So it just, I'm a harmony girl. Harmony. To me, I because balance, yeah, but harmony, and so for people who are musicians, maybe you get it, and you are, right? Oh my God, one of the most amazing voices right here in the front row. And so for me, it's about being aware, of how, and being more intentional with how I plan my day and how I focus on the tasks. Because it's not time management. Like, read The One Thing. Amazing, amazing book, and it's not about time management. It is about managing your tasks and then making things a priority. One. There can only be one priority. That's it. There aren't priorities. One priority. And so that's a different talk for a different time. But today, that feeling of just being in the flow, like that was a leap, into the zone of genius. That was a big leap right there. And I didn't have to force it to happen. But I needed to have that spaciousness in my day in order to experience it. And so once again, it really affirmed for me that I need more time in my day. And so that's a priority right now. So the whole point of this is tell a different story and have a different experience. So the closing song for this month is Holy, Holy Way by Rickie Byars. We sang it for the first time on a Wednesday last week. Sang it on Sunday too. And one of the lines in there is, oh, let me love or let me live or let me serve in a holy, holy way. And the first holy is WHOLLY, so completely, only, in just this way, nothing else. Oh, let me live in a holy, like completely holy, sacred. I am God. Everyone and everything is God. The only thing that is happening anywhere at any time, God, love, energy, creativity, infinite potentiality, whatever you want to call it, whatever works for you, that's all that's going on. And it's up to us to choose that, to consciously choose, to consciously shift our focus, to consciously reframe, to consciously tell a different story. Because ultimately, what we really want is peace. And the only time that we can create or that we can lean into or that we can intentionally choose that peace is right here and right now. Thank you, and so it is. All right. Time for some conscious conversation. So I invite you guys to move your chairs into groups of 4 and have a lovely conversation for about 10 minutes, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. Thank you. All right, everyone, come on back. All right, come on back from your conversations. It's time to do some love and appreciation. So I'm going to invite everyone who had something to do with today happening to please rise so that you can get loved up and appreciated. If you're staying to help clean up, if you brought someone with you today, all right, if you volunteered for something, and played some music, did some tech. All right, okay, almost everyone is standing. Okay, so this is how we love and appreciate everyone. So let's tell these people these 3 things. We love you, we appreciate you, we're telling a different story with you. All right, woo! Okay, the new people are already standing, so how about everybody who's sitting? If you are able to and want to stand, please stand up. And we're going to love and appreciate everyone. We love you. We appreciate you. We're telling a different story with you. Now find one person. Find your person, and you're going to change those we's into I's. Okay? Got your person? Got your person? Here we go. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm telling a different story with you. All right, fantastic. All right, feel free to hug it out if that's okay. And then come on back. And it is time for the blessing box. Here you go, Kaleo. You can choose the blessing and affirmation, then pass it on. Thank you. Can you? Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay, so I'm going to invite everyone to sit down so that we can get out of here at 8:45.
How's everyone feeling? Woo! How about some specifics to those woos? How you feeling? Like, yeah. Woo and yeah. The English language has gone out the window. All right, well, you know what? The words aren't important. It's the feeling, right? So the way you are feeling right now comes from this incredible, amazing wellspring that never ends, that never runs out. And so now we get to continue sharing that energy, that woo, that yeah, with everyone and everything in our orb. So if you would like to continue to experiencing more woo and yeah here at events like this, then please, there is an opportunity to support the center. Many different ways that you can contribute on that screen right there. However you are contributing, your time, your talent, your treasure, I invite you to place your hands on your heart. And with enthusiasm, let us declare this abundance blessing together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. Oh, so let us just close our eyes or lower our gaze for just a few more moments, allowing that gratitude to appreciate, knowing that gratitude, appreciation, it's all a blessing because it continues to grow, it continues to empower, it continues to inspire and activate that amazing, amazing essence, that love that we truly are, that we always are no matter what. And so as we continue to open up to the abundance, to the blessings, to the prosperity, to all of the beautiful generosity of spirit that is right here, right now, that is being shared, I am so grateful and so thrilled and so delighted to know that all of that generosity of spirit, all of that love, all of that woo and yeah is going out into the world to heal, prosper, and bless. So for all of that amazingness that is right here, right now, knowing that there is always more, I simply say thank you and yes, please, to more, as together we say, and so it is. I'm liking hearing more, and so it is. All right, some announcements. If you are not aware and you would like to sign up, please, there is, I know you guys are, but if you could just pass it around. There is a forgiveness class that is starting this Saturday right here from 3 to 5 p.m. 8 sessions. There is one May weekend where there won't be one, but it is going to be a powerful experience where we will all journey together along the fourfold path. And whether you want to forgive someone or you feel you need to be forgiven, then please, I invite you to come on this journey with us. Friendship Sunday, every second Sunday of the month. So this coming Sunday, Friendship Sunday, we're going to have more guest musicians. Kelby's going to be there, and I believe the Matisse is going to be there, and Zach Santella. Former student of Pablo. Oh, how neat. Zach Santella is going to be here. Okay, former student of Pablo's. All right, so that's this Sunday, starting at 10:30 a.m. with meditation, and then there's a potluck lunch starting at 12, so please join us for that. It's always a fun time. 9D, third Saturday of the month. This month is a really, really beautiful journey. It's called Subconscious Mind Reprogramming. It is a little bit different because it's more of a down regulation journey with just a little bit of activated breath, but wow, is it amazing. And so, Subconscious Mind Reprogramming. Yep, really good one. So limited spots available. It's about half full right now, so if you're interested, please let me know. Saturday, April 19th from 9 to 11:30 a.m. right here in the sanctuary. Healing Circle, every first and third Sunday of the month now, and so Sunday, April 20th is the next one. No experience required with prayer or intention work. Just come and be part of the circle and just be here for this incredibly powerful, transformational 45 minutes. How may I serve? We have about 62 members at VTC now. When Sherry and I started, it was about 18. Okay, so Elevate has been going on for over a year, and I would love to invite everybody here to become more intentional with how you're showing up in this community. There are some clipboards on the Imagine table there with a bunch of different committees that you can serve on, and it doesn't mean like sitting around in a circle and there's like notes being taken and whatever. Like, we need stuff to happen. Like, someone coming here, you know, about half an hour before Elevate starts to put all that stuff out, because it doesn't put itself out. And then we already have people who help clean up, which is amazing. But there are other things like fundraising, like special events, like checking in on members who haven't been around for a while. So there are lots of different ways to serve, and if you're interested, we would love to have your energy and contribution to help us continue building community. If you're someone you know is in need of prayer, you can always email prayers@victoriatruthcenter.org, or in front of the silver bowl on the other table, there's a little box there with some forms in front of it. Fill out a prayer request form, put it in the box, and the VTC prayer team will know and pray for you and yours affirmatively. And if you're not already on the newsletter, best way to know what's happening and when at VTC, feel free to sign up. It's on that back table as well. Anyone have any community announcements? Something you have going on that you'd like to invite everyone to? You want to be, yeah? Go ahead, Brenda.
I just published a book.
Woo! Congratulations!
And I'm having a book signing at Russell Books on April 19th.
Wow, fantastic. What is it?
12 to 3. It's a young adult fiction, AI band, mycelium network. Oh. It's superpowers.
Wow, that sounds neat. Sorry, when was it? April?
April 19th. It's not a reading, it's just a signing. I just haven't had a reading.
And what time is it at?
12 to 3, so anytime.
12 to 3. Okay, so that's a Saturday. So you got to go before like 2:30 because you got to be here at 3 for the class, right? So.
And I'll be here at the class.
Oh, okay.
So I have to be right here. I might leave it early.
Okay, all right, fantastic. And you know what? Like, this would be a beautiful place to have a reading. All right. I haven't even had an official reading with my book, which was published almost 3 years ago. But yeah, this is a beautiful space. Yeah. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Okay. All right, anyone else? Okay, well then, I'm going to invite everyone to stand on up, and we're going to sing our closing tune, Holy, Holy Way by Rickie Byars.
Okay, there's a silent DJ this Saturday. First one, outdoor one for this year. You know what?
Pop up. Okay, so I'm going to sing, and you guys are going to sing with Kelby. So it's kind of a call and response. So me, then you guys in the red. You can leave that on the yeah, thank you. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that
everyone. How about you come on back and we're going to finish this up. Ready? Here we go. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Oh, let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace.
Let my steps reveal the path of peace.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy Woo! The Elevate Trio, Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse electric bass, Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums, VTC Community Choir in the seats. Thank you so much for being here tonight, in person, online. We love you, we appreciate you, we're so glad you're here, and we'll see you next week.